Hello and welcome to the Horsemanship and Mindset podcast with your host, Kimberly Dunn of Idlewild Horsemanship and Mindset Coaching. This podcast is here to bring you the very best in tips, tricks, and advice to help you better understand yourself, your mindset, and your horse, because your horsemanship starts with you. Let's go. Hello, welcome to another episode of the Horsemanship and Mindset podcast. I'm delighted to have you here. I hope you've had a wonderful week, and I'm going to dive into today's episode. So, today I am going to be talking about getting off your horse and the weird shame, the weird stigma around getting off your horse and how it's considered by some or conditioned into us that means you've failed. That means your horse has won. And I'm talking about this week because I saw a post and had a chat with someone about this subject this morning, actually. And I thought, right, this is what I'm going to talk about this week. So sometimes that is how these episodes go. Um, so I used to be of the belief that because, we just it's something that a lot of us get taught is that, if something's going on with your horse, so I don't know, they're spooking or they're excited about something or there's a lot of stuff going on, um, there's this stigma that if you get off your horse, that means you have failed. That means that you have, quote unquote, let your horse win. Let them win what, though? What exactly are they winning here? This is not some kind of battle. This is you're off out on an adventure together, or you're doing something, and you've just had to get off. Like, it's really not as much of a drama as we think it is. Um, and so obviously, like that mindset of letting them win comes from that kind of more older school disciplinary kind of approach to horses, whether that's on the ground or in the saddle, which is obviously not something that I condone or something I engage in. Is it the way that I started out? Yeah, because that's how most of us start out with that kind of teaching that your horse has to do what you tell them, etc., etc. But that's certainly not what I do now. And my hope is that more and more people understand that, it's okay to get off your horse. It's important that you do, in fact, get off your horse for so many reasons. So if you've come up against, I don't know, an easy one, let's say you're out on a hack or a trail ride. Um, let's say you're near a road or you're on a road and there's something really scary approaching and your horse is not happy about it. Because the thing is, you can't always prepare for all of the random things that we sometimes see out riding. Um, say, for instance, like with Snooks, he's pretty good about most things when I had him, but he was not okay with swans. How can you help a horse be okay with a swan? I ask. And so, actually, just going back to that situation, I didn't get off, but I did turn around. I did just go home because we couldn't get past this bloody swan. And as we know, swans are unpredictable. Ah! Anyway, back to back to the other thing. So there's something approaching on the road, and your horse is losing their mind. And in that moment, you can either try and stay on the horse, win the battle, dominate your horse, overcome the drama, stay on them, ride past it, or just wait or whatever, and make them stand still while this thing comes past. Or you can get off your horse to where suddenly they don't feel like they're alone anymore. Suddenly they feel like you're with them and you're able to help them cope with whatever it is that's coming. So let's say, here we go. Here's a good one. Either a massive tractor with a trailer on or a hedge trimmer. Hedge trimmers are pretty terrifying, aren't they? For horses and humans, I think. Anyway, so this hedge trimmer's coming. It's making a load of noise. So you get off your horse, you walk them around a little bit, you soothe them while this thing comes past. and then the thing's gone past, you walk your horse for a bit until they've started to relax, and then you get back on. The general rule of thumb is that as a human feel safer and more secure on the ground than you do in the saddle. And as a result of that, you're then in a much better position to help your horse. If you're on top of your horse and you are getting, as they're getting tense, you're getting more and more tense and more like, oh my God, that's putting you in more of a position of danger because um you're then influencing your horse, so you're both feeding off each other's drama, um, and you're in a position where you could fall off and seriously hurt yourself, and then your horse is gonna gallop off home on their own, and so suddenly they're really unsafe too. So again, this is a situation where it's better to help your horse through something so that they can have a better experience as well, because if you're trying to push them through something and make them just get on with it, it's like I say, like, all I go on about is breaking things down, and if your horse is losing their mind and you're trying to just make them leap or run or just get past this thing, um, you're taking a big risk in that you're not gonna give them a good experience there, and they're gonna remember that, and then that's something that's gonna repeat in future, but also they're gonna lose trust and confidence in you as a partner as well, if you're just trying to shove them through and past things. So if you can just stop, take a breath, get off, help them, lead them for a bit just to make sure they're relaxed, and then get back on, you stand in much better stead to give your horse a positive experience, keep you both safe, and move on. Now, I can hear already that there's possibly some of you, or people who are going to be thinking, actually, no, I'm safer on the horse because I don't have control of my horse on the ground. And to that, what I say is, well, you need to get working on your groundwork at home. Seriously, big time. Because you need to be able to, this should be a given for all horse owners ever. You need to be able to lead your horse around and do some basic body control groundwork with them in order to have that line of communication with them, that understanding, so that you can help them in different situations to help keep them safe and help keep them happy. If you can't lead your horse down a road without feeling safe or in control or like you have connection or communication with your horse, you have a problem and you shouldn't even be hacking out or trail riding out, which sounds a bit harsh, doesn't it? Sounds a bit harsh coming out of my mouth anyway. I don't normally say things quite so um, cutting, but it is true. And that's what's gonna keep you safe. You shouldn't be hacking your horse out. If you can't, I don't wanna say control them on the ground, but if you don't have any kind of communication skills on the ground where your horse is gonna listen, where you're able to help your horse relax, it it's too dangerous to be hacking out, because if you come off that horse, they're gonna injure someone else. If you're in a position where you can't get off your horse and be with them and help them relaxed, you shouldn't be out there. It's too dangerous, which again sounds harsh, but it's true. It's true. And this is why this work is so important. This is why this work that you do at home, this groundwork, and again, like, it doesn't have to be amazing gymnastics, Lipizzaner stuff. All it has to be is you can lead your horse on a loose, relaxed rope. You can stop. You can start again. You can ask them to back up. You can ask them to move their hindquarters. You can ask them to move their shoulders around. You can disengage them and ask them to stop and they listen. That's it. It's not complicated. And if you don't have that, what are you doing? Ah, so yeah, that's my kind of view on it is, look, if you need to get off, get off. Do whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe, to keep your horse safe, and to ultimately give you and your horse the best experience you can. If you don't have the basic groundwork skills and you consider it to be more of a drama for you to get off, then I would invite you to seriously look at improving your groundwork skills because they are the foundation of everything. And if you don't have them, there's a big hole in the training that you have and the partnership that you have with your horse. Um, yeah. And what was the other thing I was going to say about, so, and then we look at like, there's that peer pressure. So say, let's look at you're out on a ride with people and you want to get off. And then you've got other people there, like, oh, what are you getting off for? Or, generally just giving you rubbish about it. Again, this is your horse and your life. And if you want to get off, it is your right to get off. It's nothing to do with anyone else. You've got to do what you've got to do to keep you safe. And if anyone else has an opinion on it, that's their problem. That's not your problem. It's theirs. Oh, I am still sassy, aren't I, this week? Flipping heck. The other thing that you can do as well, just to as an extra kind of safety thing that might help you to feel safer and might help you feel safer in a situation where you have to jump off and you're in the middle of nowhere, is have a halter on your horse underneath your bridle. And again, it's such a simple thing. Have a rope halter, have a normal head collar and rope. Have your if you've got a rope halter, the rope can go around their neck and tie up really easily. If you've got a normal head collar and a rope, then you can have the head collar on, have the bridle on, take the rope off, just roll it up like you do when you're at when you're doing pony club, clip it to your saddle, bosh, you're sorted. And then, like I said, if you are someone who is a bit worried about your horse on the ground, maybe you have done some groundwork, maybe it's not quite as solid as you would like it to be. If you've got a halter and a lead rope on, you're sorted. You feel safer, your horse feels safer. It's a win. So, yeah, I hope that was helpful. It's a short and sweet one today with a little bit of ranting and a little bit of sass. I don't know where this sassy me is coming out so much at the moment, but hopefully people like it and it's not too offensive. It's meant with love. It's meant with love and it's meant in such a way to support you. But also like it is a serious matter. Safety is serious stuff. And if you feel like you can't handle your horse on the ground, then yeah, you are putting yourself in a dangerous position to be hacking out with them. So I do think it needs to be said. But again, I do say it with love and I say it from, my job is to help support people in their journeys with their horses, in their partnership with their horses, which comes with that connection and trust and confidence. And it would be, what's the word? Remiss of me if I didn't, talk about the fact that from a safety point of view, you need to have good groundwork with your horse. So yeah, I mean it with love. And if you would like to improve your groundwork skills, then please drop me a message or a DM on any of the socials. I have lots of resources that can help you with that. And also, there's so many different resources out there anyway that you can start working on your groundwork skills if you don't do that already. So, yeah, it's okay to get off your horse, everyone. Please know that it's okay. Give yourself a pat on the back. Know that you're doing it for the best for you, the best for your horse. It's not a failure. It's not a fail. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's you standing up for you, for your horse, doing what's right, helping your horse move through a difficult situation. It's okay. If you have any thoughts on this week's episode, please feel free to drop me a message or send me an email. If you have any suggestions for future episodes, same thing. I'll put my details below. And also, if you would like to work with me, if you want to work on your confidence or mindset, I have a few packages that now have some spots opening up for the rest of the summer. So please drop me a message. I'll be more than happy to have a chat with you about what would fit best. And hope you found today's episode helpful. Sending you all the love, and I'll see you again next week.